Hello friends, in this lab we are going to discuss how we can create virtual networks in Microsoft Azure and how we can create virtual machines, and also we will try by creating two machines in Microsoft Azure and pinging one machine from another machine. So let us start our lab. First let us browse the Azure portal. So this is the portal URL, portal.azure.com. So the best practice to do any lab is first we have to create a resource group so that all the components in the Microsoft Azure which which are related to our lab can be created in in that resource group so that we can delete the resource group. If we delete the resource group, all the components in that resource group will be automatically deleted so that we won't get charged anything. So that is the best practice. So following that best practice, we are going to first create the resource group. So I'm just going to resource group. I'm creating a new resource group. So let us give a name for that resource group as Azure practice delete. Because we are going to delete after this practice, so I'm just giving the name as Azure practice delete. Region, let us keep that as US East US. Let us click on review and create and click on create. So now we have created one resource group, and all the resources related to this lab will be created in this resource group. Now let us create a virtual network. So to create a virtual network, first we need to go to the services. The service is virtual network. So here we have, we can browse the services from this menu, as well as we can search here virtual network. So here, let us go to virtual networks, and first of all we will create a virtual network. So I'm clicking on create button. As I told, we are going to create all the resources which are related to this lab under this resource group that we have created first, that is Azure practice delete, right? So let us give this network as Azure VM practice, as we are practicing VMs. So I'm just giving Azure VM practice. Just click on review and create. So it is it is saying that validation has passed, and it is showing the details. The subscription which we are using for this is, it is showing, and also resource group name, region, IP addresses range. So this is the default subnet we are creating. So the default subnet, this is the address range for the subnet, and just let us click on create. Now we have created one virtual network. In that we have a default subnet. Now let us create a virtual machine in this virtual network. A virtual network has been created in this resource group. Now let us create a virtual machine. So to create a virtual machine, let us go browse that resource virtual machines. Here we have virtual machines. So let us click on virtual machines. Uh, let us click on the create button, create virtual machine. Here we will provide all the required details to create the virtual machine. We are creating the virtual machine under the subscription Azure practice and also resource group. We have created one resource group, right? Azure practice delete. So I'm selecting that resource group. Virtual machine name, it is asking. Let us give the machine name as machine name 1, machine 1. Region, we will keep it as is default. And let us create a Windows server. So I'm removing this Ubuntu server, and I'm selecting the Windows server from the drop down. So I'm selecting Windows Server 2016 data center. And the size, let us leave the default size, 3.5 GB RAM. And this is the monthly bill if we use this virtual machine, we will get. But as we delete the resource group, this virtual machine will get deleted, so we won't get charged this much. So we will get charged per hour basis. Even though we use this virtual machine for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, they will charge per hour, right? And the username, so let us provide some username. Let me provide Murthy123 as the username, and the password, let me give some password. Let me type the confirm password. So I have tapped the password and confirm password, and the inbound RDP we are leaving the default. All the settings we are leaving as default, and clicking on review and create. Validation failed. It is saying required information is missing or not valid. So what is that? Let us go to basics. What is the missing information? I have given username, password, size, image. We have selected everything in this. Would you like to use an existing Windows Server license? No. Disks. Okay. Networking. Azure VM practice. We have created first this virtual network, right? So we have created that. And inbound ports we are leaving as is. This image does not support login with Azure Active Directory. Okay, no problem. Advanced tags. This is not a mandatory field to provide tags, so we are just leaving. Review and create. It is saying you have set RDP ports open to internet. This is only recommended for testing. Yeah, we are doing this lab for testing only. If you want to change the setting, okay, no problem. Validation passed. Now it is saying validation has passed. Let us click on create. So now we are creating one virtual machine. Similarly, we will create another virtual machine, machine 2, and we will try to ping this machine 2 from machine 1, and we will check whether we are able to ping this machine 2 from machine 1 successfully or not. So this is getting created, the deployment in progress. So in the meanwhile, in the other tab, we will create another machine, machine 2, portal.azure.com. So let us click on virtual machines. This that machine is still in progress, so we are not able to see that machine here. So let us create a second machine with the same settings. Resource group, Azure practice delete. This is machine 2. I'm giving the machine name as machine 2. Region same, and the Windows server we want to create, and the size I'm just leaving the default, and the username password I'm giving the same as we have given for machine 1. Password, confirm password. So we have given machine name, password, and confirm password. So let us click on review and create and see if we can create running file and validation. Validation has passed. So let us, I'm clicking on create. Now this virtual machine is creating in the same virtual network that we have created. If you see in the networking tab, we have created this virtual network, right? Azure VM practice. So in the same virtual network, this virtual machine is also getting created. So let us just click on review and create. Again, it is checking validations as we have moved from one tab to another tab. Again, just let me click on create. So in the meanwhile, we will check whether the first machine is created successfully or not. So the first mission has created successfully. If you see here, deployment succeeded, and this is the virtual machine. So let us go to here, go to resource. This is the first virtual machine we have created. So let us log into this virtual machine. So for the login, let us connect, and as this is a Windows machine, we will do an RDP and we will log into this machine. So for that, Let us download this RDP file. Let me download to another location, desktop. Machine 1, save. And the second machine is being created, deployment in progress. So now we will try by pinging from machine 1 to machine 2. Once machine 2 is created, we will get the IP address and we will try to ping it. So this is machine 1. First we will log into machine 1 through RDP. Let me connect, click on connect. So we have given the username as Murthy123. So I'm giving that username and the password. Uh, I'm giving the password and clicking on it. Now I'm logging to machine 1. Click on yes. Now let us check if machine 2 is created successfully or not. So it has created successfully. So let us go to this resource, and this is the IP address of the machine 2, 10.0.0.5. So now we will ping from machine 1 to machine 2 to this address, right? So for that, let us log into machine 1 as we have already logged in to machine 1. So let me minimize this. Yeah, this is the machine 1. We have it got opened. Now let us open the command prompt. And just click on this button and type CMD. This is very slow. Let me again click on this and type CMD. Now this is the command prompt. Let me right click and run as administrator. Yeah, it has opened. Again we will check what is the, this is machine 2, virtual machine 2, right? So what is this IP address? 10.0.0.5. So now we have logged into machine 1 and we are just pinging ping 10.0.0.5. Now it's pinging. Now it is saying request timed out. It is not pinging. So we need to add a rule in the firewall to allow ICMP ping. Actually, due to the security reasons, security practices maintained by Azure, they are not allowing ICMP ping. The firewall is blocking that. So let us open the firewall in the machine 2 and let us add a rule to allow that ping, ICMP ping. So let us log into machine 2. So for that, yeah, this is the machine 2. Let us download that RDP for the machine 2 as well. Download RDP file. This is machine 2 RDP. So I'm just downloading it and open machine 2, connect. Now the logins we have using, right? We have created Murthy123 and the password. So I'm just logging to machine 2 and let us open the firewall and we will add a rule, ICMP rule to allow ICMP ping. It's taking a time, so let we should have patience. Now it has opened. Now let us Click on this Windows button and type for firewall. I just clicked on Windows button, so let me type F-I. Again, let me just click on this button, F-I-R-E, firewall. Yeah, this is the Windows firewall. Now we will add a rule to allow ICMP ping on machine 2 so that we can able to successfully ping from machine 1 to machine 2. So this is the firewall, and here in the inbound rules we need to add a rule to allow ICMP ping. So let us click on this inbound rules and let us click on this new rule. We'll select this custom, click on next. Here all programs, click on next, and the protocol type, this is ICMP before. This is the protocol to allow ICMP ping. Click on next. Any IP address for this testing demo, we are just giving any IP address, but for security best practices, you can just give the list of IP addresses for which you want to allow the ICMP ping. But for this testing purpose, I am just clicking on any IP address. Click on next. Now here, allow the connection. So we'll select that radio button and click on next. We will leave all the settings as is. Click on next and let us give the rule name as allow ICMP ping. Right, click on finish. Now we have allowed this rule in the machine 2 to allow the ICMP ping. Now let us go to the machine 1 and check. So this is the machine 1. So now previously as that ICMP ping rule is not there, so we got this requested timeout. As now we have added that rule. Now let us check. So this 10.0.0.5 is the machine 2's IP address. So let us ping it and check. See, now we are getting reply. So we are able to ping from machine 1 to machine 2. Also, after the ICMP rule, we will have the network security groups. Actually, first the control will hit the network security group, and if we stop in the network security group level itself, even though we add the ICMP rule to allow to ICMP ping, uh, it will override and it will not come to the machine 2. The ping will not come. So let us check that. So for that, first we will go to the network security group of the machine 2. For the network security group, click on overview. Here we can see what network security group it has used. Availability, networking tab. In the networking tab, so this is the network security group of the machine 2. So here we will allow a rule, inbound rule, to not allow ICMP ping. So let us click on add. Source any, port any, and ICMP ping, and we are just denying it. So name, I'm just giving as ICMP ping, deny ICMP ping. Okay, click on add. So in the network security group itself, we are stopping. We are not allowing to add the to allow the ICMP ping, so that now we should not be able to ping from machine 1 to machine 2, because to the machine 2 network security group we have added a rule to not allow the ICMP ping. So now we will check by going to machine 1. So this is the machine 1. As we have added a rule in the network security group to not allow the ICMP ping, it should not allow, and we should get that message request timed out. So let us check. So I'm pinging the machine 2 10.0.0.5. This is the machine 2. I'm just clicking enter. See, now it is not allowing because we have added the rule to the network security group, right? So that's why we are getting this request timed out. So in the network security group, we can allow the inbound and outbound rules. So what are all the protocols that needs to be allowed? So this is the advantage of network security group. Now we will just remove the rule and we will check. After removing the deny rule, it should allow again, right? So we have added the rule, inbound rule. So what is the network security group? Effective security rules. So how can we delete? Yeah, deny ICMP ping. This is we have added. So let us click on it and let us click on delete. Do you want to delete this? Yes, I want to delete. Excuse me. Now we are deleting it. Thus deletion is in progress. Deleting security group, security rule. So once we delete the security rule, then we should allow. We should be able to ping it, right? So the deleted successfully. So the deleted security rule. Now let us try by going to machine 2 and now it should allow. So let us clear the screen first. Now let us ping this ping. Now as we have removed that rule that denies the ICMP ping, we should be able to ping to the machine 2, right? I'm clicking on enter, but still it is saying request timed out because it sometimes it may take time to get that network security rule reflected. In AWS, it is actually just within seconds, but in Azure, I observed that it is taking some time. So let us check, wait for some more time and we'll check. You go here, if you see, if you, well, let me refresh this. In Azure, this is a bit strange. Actually, the security group rules should be reflected immediately. We have removed that rule denying the ICMP ping, then it should allow us and we should be able to ping. Again, we will try one more time. Clicking on enter. Now, see, now we are getting reply. So this is the problem. So Azure, it takes a bit of time. So we need to just wait. And after that, we are able to ping. So in this lab, we have created a virtual network and we have created virtual machines and we are able to ping virtual machine 1 from virtual machine 2, and we have discussed about the network security groups. So after the completion of all labs, it is the best practice to delete the resource group. We have created all the virtual machines, virtual networks, everything under one resource group, right? So that is the advantage of creating all the resources in one resource group. So we can delete that resource group so that all the resources under that resource group will get deleted and we won't get charged anything. So let us do that. I'm just closing this virtual machine 1, and also I'm just closing this machine 2. Now let us go to our resource groups. Where is that? Yeah, here is the resource groups. We have created all this under this resource group, right? Azure practice delete. So let us open it. Let us delete this. Delete resource group. So here, if you see, observe these are the list of components that are created under this resource group. So this is the virtual network, and this is the virtual machine. We have created machine 1, and this is the network interface that got created when we create the machine, and also, and this is the IP address that got assigned, public IP address. This is the network security group, and this is the machine 2. Now if we delete the resource, this resource group, all the resources under this resource group will get deleted and we won't get charged. So this is the advantage of creating all the resources under one resource group. Now let us delete this resource group. I'm entering this resource group name. Click on delete. Oh, delete is in progress. So deleting resource group. So this is in progress. So it will take time. So thank you friends. Thank you very much.